Here are the richest 90 Day Fiance cast. Guys, Life and Style magazine just released their own 90 Day Fiance, income report slash net worth of everyone that's on 90 Day Fiance, and they released who they believe is the richest cast. And let me tell y'all what, it is hilarious. It was such a funny list. I just think this is so inaccurate. I wanted to share it with you guys. So without further ado, here is Life and Style's 90 Day Fiance net worth list. It starts off right there with Larissa. It says Larissa Dos Santos Lima has a net worth of $500,000. Okay, this list is seriously god-awful, but if there was one that was potentially accurate, it is this one. Larissa, she wasn't making any money. She had no money. Then she literally left 90 Day Fiance and did the OnlyFans thing, and she blew up. And a while ago, like I want to say it was a very long time ago, like last December, she was making like, I think it was $50,000+ a month. So here we are in now July of 2021. She's likely probably got a net worth, after you factor out taxes and cost of living, her net worth is actually probably in the $500,000 range. I wouldn't say it's anywhere more. It could be a little bit less, but probably, if I had to guess, with everything that's going on, you know, everything she's doing and whatnot, I think her main source of income is definitely in the OnlyFans stuff. It's probably, and I would say $350,000 to $500,000 range. So that one could be correct. Now I want to go to the next one. There's just no way this is true. The next one is Kenny. Okay, Kenny and Armando. This is just for Kenny though. It claims $500,000. Kenny and Armando were featured. Okay, we all know Kenny and Armando. This says Kenneth, who is a dad of 4 and a proud grandfather of actually going to be 2, has an estimated net worth of $500,000. His money reportedly comes from his former career in business and selling property. I did not know that Kenny was involved in business or selling property. I thought he just had a desk job. I guess I could have heard that wrong. The one thing I know for a fact that I heard right, and I'm positive about this, is Kenny did say that him and Armando were going to live together for some time in Mexico, but sooner rather than later, they were going to have to get a job. They, Armando and Kenny. Kenny was going to have to get a job because he said his funds are running out. Now, I totally believe in having, your savings and this and all that kind of stuff. But let me tell you something. There's about a 2% chance if he had $500,000 in the bank that he would go and say that his investments and everything, his savings are running dry. Like, there's just a very slim chance that would be the case. So does Kenny have $500,000? As far as I know, the guy owns no property. He claimed that in 6 months, his savings would be running dry. To me, I would probably say no. I did not know his background of selling property and business. I knew him just have a job, but maybe there's more to him and his story. But yeah, do I think that's true? You can comment below, but I would probably say no. The one thing I will say about him is he never did end up getting a job. As far as we all know, he still never got the job. And obviously, their 90 Day Fiance was filmed a very long time ago. But what actually went down, I believe, is they're all over Cameo. They're selling merch. So I think they're just making money from that. So yeah, I think they're definitely making some money, but no, 500 grand, probably not. Next one on the list was also just hilarious. I mean, seriously, Colt Johnson. Okay, Colt Johnson, $600,000. How would he have $600,000? That is his estimated net worth according to Screen Rant. Oh my God. Okay, Colt Johnson, well, let's say a couple things. For one, he does live with his mother. That could help him save some money. He doesn't have a job. He got laid off from his job, and he was like freaking out that he got laid off during the pandemic. Do I think that Colt Johnson has $600,000 more than Larissa, who Larissa is literally probably the highest paid person to ever come from 90 Day Fiance? No. How would he have $600,000? I don't care about his job and the this and okay, no way. He does have some cost of living. He does have, tax. He's not making that much money. I don't think his job was that amazing, and I just think that's a complete long shot and definitely not true. He was trying some side hustle things after going on 90 Day Fiance, like he was selling this and that. Okay, no. There's just no way the guy has $600,000. Completely impossible. Absolutely no way. And here's one that is just straight up comical. Okay, here's the next one. Big Ed Brown, $800,000. Who makes this stuff up? Like, really, did Life and Style Mag? I mean, there's just no way. Okay, Big Ed Brown. That's what I'm saying. Life and Style Mag, nothing against, I don't know these people, nothing against that magazine, but it's like, you have not done your research because Big Ed Brown has filed bankruptcy, not once, but 2 separate times. Also, they want to say he made his money from his t-shirt line and the Cameo. I can tell you one thing. Not from his t-shirts. There's no way he has made more than a couple grand at most from his t-shirts. At absolute most. You have horrible margins, and he probably didn't sell that much. It was really who's wearing big ad shirts with his face on it. The place he probably does make some money from is his cameos. He's not making the money from 90 Day Fiance, but cameos, he's likely making some money. The only thing I can tell you when it comes to Cameo, though, is Soulja Boy, you know, Usman, aka Soulja Boy. He was on Cameo too, and within about 6 to 8 months of him being on the show and he was at his peak popularity, he made about $30,000. And we know that because that was leaked by his wife at the time, baby girl Larissa, because she got the money and didn't want to give it to him. So it's like, you know, if he made 30 grand, Usman, in his peak prime, we could assume at absolute most, this is probably a long shot, but let's just say absolute most, Ad made, I don't know, like 5 times as much. That'd be 150? No, yeah. Is that right? 150,000? Yes, $150,000 if he made 5 times as much as Usman. Still, how do we get to 800 grand? It doesn't add up. He's filed bankruptcy twice. There's no way that the guy has $800,000. And the list just gets funnier. Then it goes to Elizabeth Andre. It says that they have $1 million, their net worth. Really? Okay, it says the couple not only started their own real estate business called Castrovet Properties, but Elizabeth also posts ads on Instagram. Okay, and the ads probably pay her $2, $3, at absolute most $4,000 or $5,000 per ad, which is a ton of money for just going like this. But still, I'm gonna tell you something. They don't have $1 million. They do not. It's not possible. Their dad, who like basically funds their whole life, probably does not have $1 million. She's like she's a property manager, which probably is just a fake job for her when she's on 90 Day Fiance. Andre, I don't think is doing much of anything either. They likely make their money just from the ads that she does, her being on 90 Day Fiance, maybe Cameo. They both have an OnlyFans too, so it's like, I mean, you know, they probably make most of their money from there. Do they have $1 million? I mean, I don't know for sure, but I can pretty much guarantee y'all, there's a very good chance, absolutely not. And believe it or not, the list just gets funnier because the next one, who also is a millionaire, is Anisa. How? Now, when we go back to Larissa, the one thing we can kind of say is she also has a YouTube channel, which I can tell you from YouTube. We're not making millions and millions, we are making some, and if you post a ton, you get paid handsomely, I will say. Anisa, she does not post a ton, and she's for sure not getting paid handsomely, but she has the YouTube channel, she has an OnlyFans, and then she also, I think, has like an app. It says $1 million, though. To do the math on having $1 million in cash after tax, you have to make so much money. Like, you have to literally, you know, look at it this way. If you make $1 million, if your salary is $1 million, you know, 60% of it's going to taxes. Even let's just say half of it. Let's say you're creative and half of it is going to taxes. Well, then you got 500 grand. Then you have your cost of living. That could be, I don't even know, if you're making that much money, you're probably spending a decent amount. But say you spend another 50 grand on this and your car and your house and the food and everything else. So you got $450,000. It would take a couple years to have $1 million. There is no way Anisa has $1 million. Once again, who made this list? But let's just keep on going. I'm sorry to keep harping. And this is when it just gets even funnier yet, because the next one is Michael and Juliana. Remember them? They were the very, he was very wealthy, but cute couple. He kind of had an odd-ish relationship with his ex-wife, but it was also, it kind of like worked out. They ended up all kind of being friends. He was the one that supposedly has $1.5 million. And it's just like, dude, I'm going to say it one more time, you guys. Who made this list? The only person to ever go on 90 Day Fiance, actually to go on the show before being on 90 Day Fiance and have money, is this Michael guy. He had a very successful wine business. He was doing very well. He had all these nice cars. He supposedly bought $1 million house. That's according to this article. So you're trying to tell me this guy's house is worth $1 million that he owns outright, but he's only worth $1.5 million. I mean, I guess it's possible, but there's just no way. So it's like, this guy has to be worth way more than what, maybe not way more, but if Anfisa's worth $1 million, I'll tell you what, this Michael guy, is worth 3, 4, 5 million maybe. I would say anywhere from probably 2 to 5. You guys might call me delusional, but he appears, and he could just be fake rich. He could be just rich, you know, trying to act like he's rich in the cars and this, but he appeared to be pretty well off, and I don't think he was lying or anything, and I think the guy actually has money, and his people that wrote this article have no idea what they're talking about. And then it gets even funnier, because then it's Darcy. Okay, really? Yeah, Darcy's the person who has literally never had a job, never done anything, never made any money, has lived off her dad's money her entire life, has had her dad pay for everything in her entire life. Yeah, that Darcy apparently is worth $2 million. This says that her net worth is $2 million. She owns a production company. No, she doesn't. Her dad owns it, and her dad started it. She also owns a clothing line. No, she doesn't. Her dad was basically running the whole thing and funding the whole thing, so that's not true. And then she also does do, Instagram advertisements. That actually, surprisingly, is true. We have to give that credit. But once again, it's the same thing with Elizabeth and Andre. Are they making millions and millions and millions? No. The people that are in this world are the Kardashians, the Jenners, and then we got to go way down, and everyone below them, they aren't making that much money. To do an ad with Darcy's probably, honestly, what probably is going on, you guys, is they're probably buying multiple at once, because she works with a lot of the same companies. She works with the tea companies and the weight loss companies. The same thing, Angela works with them too. The apple cider vinegar, weight loss stuff, whatever that is. Okay, what they probably do is say we're going to buy 10 different ad slots over the span of like 2 months or a month or whatever, and they get a significantly discounted rate. So if you were to buy one ad from someone like Darcy, it's probably, I don't know, $5,000 maybe more, but I guarantee it's like if you buy 10 at once, it goes down to, $1,500 an ad or something. It probably goes way down. So my whole point is, no, she's not making millions and millions and millions from her ads. Her clothing line, according to her dad, on the last season of actually of Darcy and Stacey, not 90 Day Fiance, but on her own spin-off show, her dad did say the clothing line was a complete disaster, never made any money. Same with the production company. She does have her own show, but it's like, you only make about $1,000 to $1,500 per episode on 90 Day Fiance. The hit show 90 Day Fiance. So more than likely, with their own spinoff, they're probably making some, but I don't think they're making millions or anything by any means. And guys, you will not ever guess the richest castmate to ever go on 90 Day Fiance according to this list. It's David Murphy, the guy from Vegas who had Lana and also spent like $1 million just giving to the whole, country of, Ukraine. Okay, it said he's worth $2.5 million. He was just a programmer, and that was basically it. He also, I think, was like in the war, so I think he had a nice pension from here. Now he's like retired. Okay, maybe there's a chance he could actually be worth $2.5 million. I think Michael has more money than him. I think David was very frugal, very cheap. We saw his house. It wasn't bad, but he was definitely not some big spending kind of a guy. I think he saved his money. I think he was upper middle class his whole life. Probably made in the $150,000 to $250,000 a year range for years and years and years. I think he saved a lot of it and just spent the majority of it not on himself, but on random women in the Ukraine. So he probably has about $1 million to maybe $2.5 million. That is probably accurate, but do I think David Murphy, the guy that was with Lana, is the richest person to ever go on 90 Day Fiance? Absolutely not. I'm sorry for that rant, y'all, but I just could not believe how hilarious this list is. Like, these people not even watch the show? Really? Darcy and Fisa? I mean, get out of here. So comment below what you guys think. I'm sure some of you guys are going to say I'm a babbling idiot and I have no idea what I'm talking about, and you could very easily be right, but I read that list and I was just like, what are they talking about? So guys, that is, Life and Style Magazine's 90 Day Fiance Richest Castmates. Maybe one day I'll make my own. It's always hard to guess net worth. A lot of times people that are very frugal, like David, they are the ones that actually have a lot of money because they don't spend it and they save their money and they actually have a lot of money. People, like Elizabeth and Andre, who are driving around in a new Mercedes-Benz, have just like pennies in their bank account. Well, guys, comment below what you think. I thought that list was just way too hilarious not to share. Well, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Hit that like button, hit the comments below, and y'all better stay tuned for many more videos.